person. And like I mentioned, it's for those who want to grow and get to the next level. I'm going to share mine and G's long-term vision, and I hope that you guys can be a part of this long-term vision. So raise your hand if you've been here less than 6 months. Typically a big part of the room. So if you've been here less than 6 months, this part of the presentation is for you. You kind of saw a little of this already, but I'll quickly go over it. So compensation, the first thing to know is how do you even calculate compensation? And the reality is, those of you who are here for 6 months, some of you don't even know how we get paid. So there's nothing wrong with hearing something twice. So if you go out there, the company's average policy that you close is about $250 a month. So you sit down with the client, the average close for the entire company, not just our team, is $250. Now, some of us are in better markets than others. Some of us have, target premiums that are $500, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month. We have some clients that do $10,000 a month. And others of us are not in so good markets, and we do $50 a month. $75 a month. Let's just say the average premium is $250. And just like your Reeves showed this is also part of my fast start. I write it down. I say $250. Now, let me just kind of quickly go over this since you already did that. So these are the different levels of commission, right? You get started with us, you're a training associate, you're gonna get paid at 30%. Then you move up to an associate level, then you move up to a senior associate level, and then you move up to marketing director level. I always tell everybody, my first month in the business, I hit marketing director. If that's not you, you can sell somebody else. Hey, you know what? My upline, or my SCDC, or somebody I know in the hierarchy, or whoever, somebody in your office, they hit marketing director. They did, 25 sales, 25 recruits their first month, and they're marketing director. Well, here's the compensation that's tied to it. All right? So if you're brand new, it's very simple to calculate compensation. You get the target premium, in this example, is $250. So if you get $250 a month, you times it by 12, and then whatever level you're at, that's how you calculate your compensation. And before I even go on to my next presentation, I'm going to tell you something that's really awesome. I know a lot of you guys back there probably can't read everything on here. And a lot of you guys are busy trying to take notes. Well, we want you guys to listen to us. We want you to hear how we deliver the message. And you can still take notes, but I don't want you to worry about having to take pictures. You know why? Because at Momentum Monday, every single one of you will have a USB drive with every single person's PowerPoint in it. Every single one of you will have all these PowerPoints in a PDF version, of course, because we don't want you manipulating the PowerPoint, but you'll have this, and it's pretty awesome because there's no way that you're going to come here and you're going to grasp every single thing that every person is saying. I'd rather you hear the message, not worrying about writing down what's on the screen. So because of that, we're going to give you a USB, or your SMD will get as many tickets that they purchase. They're going to get that many USBs with a copy of every single person's PowerPoint on it. Is that awesome or what? All right, let's talk about some payouts. Okay, how do we actually get paid out? This is mainly for your brand new people. And unfortunately, some people that are seasoned still don't know the extent to how this works. But this is for your brand new people. How do we get paid out on a policy, okay? So there's different ways. We get advanced commissions. So your first advanced commission, you sit down with the client. I sit down with Mark, he's my brand new recruit, and I do internal consumption, just like your Reeve said. And Mark gets a policy for $250 a month. He seems pretty healthy to me, so I submit the policy with premium. So Mark's target premium is $250. So with the policy, I submit the I submit the application to the insurance company with premium, so $250. Within a week, the insurance company is going to give me my first advance commission of 40%. So you'll get 40% advance on submission. Then it takes about 3 to 4 weeks for the policy to get approved. So once the policy is approved, I sit down with Mark and I call him and I say, Mark, congratulations, your policy just got approved. I need to set up a time to deliver the policy to you. Then I deliver that policy to Mark, and I send the delivery requirements to the insurance company. And then that's when I get my second advance commission of 60%. The way a lot of people, not only in our hierarchy, but in the entire company, are starting to change their business is now we submit trial applications. So how do you get your commissions paid on a trial application? So let's just say that I sat down with Mark and I said, you know what, Mark? I don't know that you're gonna qualify. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take down your information. I'm gonna put it on the application. I'm gonna submit it to the company. Then once your policy gets approved, I'm gonna deliver it to you. And because I didn't take premium with the application, so once your policy is approved, Mark, I'm going to deliver it to you, and you need to authorize the company to take out your $250 out of your account. Then I submit the PAC form to the insurance company, and within a week, I get 100% of my commission advance. So there's different ways of doing it. There's an advance commission. You do the first advance, second advance, but the majority of us are now doing a trial application. So then you get renewals depending on what company you use. So I know with Transamerica is the company that we use the most. So they pay out anywhere from 3 to 5% renewals for about 15 years. I know Pacific Life doesn't have the amount of years that they pay out renewals for. So we do get paid renewals. Please know this, and this is something that I explain to all my people. When I'm explaining compensation, I go over this. This is in particular to Transamerica, okay? Your client must pay 13 months of target premium in order for you not to get a chargeback. They have a total of 24 months to do that. So let's just say 6 months went by and they paid their monthly premium for 6 months. They happen to miss months 7 and 8, it's all right. They just need to be able to catch up and pay for a total of 13 months of target premium within 24 months in order for you not to get a chargeback. Got it? Yes. All right. Rollovers. Let's talk about some rollovers. I know I was talking to Carlos. I think, Carlos, your goal is how many? 20?
20 million.
So Carlos' goal is to do 20 million in rollovers this year. You know, I know Anthony, he closed tons of rollovers last year. Guillermo and I have a goal of 20 million as well, 21 million. 21 million in rollovers. We're gonna get them, all right? So there's a lot of money to be paid on rollovers, which is really awesome. For the most part, there's no chargebacks on rollovers. Okay, so let me explain to you how you get paid on a rollover. Once again, this is more for the majority of you who are a little newer, okay? So let's assume that you have a client who has an old 401k sitting with Chase. Is Chase a really good place to have your retirement account at? No. Let's just say they have it there with Chase. Okay, they no longer work with that company. So what we do is we take that money from Chase and we roll it over into another retirement account with some of the best companies out there, like Transamerica, Prudential, if your securities license, or Athene, Jackson National. There's a whole bunch of different companies out there that you're allowed to place that money. And now, not only is it going to be better for them, but you can also offer at times guarantees to the client so that they're not losing money. So, if you have somebody who has 100,000, this is the example. So 100,000, the average payout, it all depends. The average payout is about 6% to WFG. So the total WFG commission is 6,000. Let's assume you're a marketing director. So you're a marketing director, so you take 6,000 times 50% commission. That means that, 50%, 50%. That means that your commission as a marketing director would be $3,000. That's pretty awesome. I don't know, have a goal of doing that, once a month. Is there a lot of people out there who have retirement accounts and they don't know where to place them? Yeah. Yes. And a lot of those are placed with, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Chase. So people that don't necessarily focus on the retirement accounts. Now calculating points. This is very important and sometimes it can be confusing, okay? So how do you calculate points? And I apologize, it's a little small, but remember you have this on, you're gonna get this on a USB drive. So Transamerica points are calculated different than other companies, and I'm going to go over both. So Transamerica points are calculated this way. So if you have a policy that you close, or if you have an application you're going to submit for $100, you times that by 12, that means that that client's going to pay $1,200 in annual premium. So your commission, not your points, your commission will be calculated this way. 1,200 times 62 equals $744 in commission. Okay? It's not 1,200 points that will hit the board, but your commission will be based off the 1,200. That is why Transamerica pays us more, because they're at 125% scale. And I know it can be confusing. So just know this, that with Transamerica, the way to calculate your points, the way you calculate your points and your commission is different, just mainly with Transamerica, okay? So here we go. How do you calculate your points? Since we're at 125% scale, so you take 1,200 times 1.25, so that means the points that are going to hit the board are going to be 1,500. But the amount that you calculate your commission with is going to be 1,200. Do you guys understand that? Yes. Right, how about everybody else, all the other life insurance companies? Yuriv and I just showed you the compensation with Transamerica, which is what most of us use. But there's times where we don't use Transamerica, so you must know how the other insurance companies also pay. So here's a breakdown. Training associate to senior marketing director. The compensations are slightly different. So when you're calculating points and commission, this is how you do it. For the most part, $100 times the target premium times 12 equals 1,200. So your commission is 1,200. If you're at a 50% contract, then your commission would be $600. So there is a difference in commission with Transamerica and other insurance companies. And the points that will hit the board is 1,200 points. All right, here we go. Building a team. Yuri kind of did this, but let me kind of go over this again. Duplication, that's awesome, right? So, if you're a marketing director, let's talk how you get paid at every single level. Now let's talk about building, all right? If you're a marketing director and you start building a team, I want to show you what the compensation is like, all right? Because Team Conquer should have that swag that we have the most $100,000 earners in our base shops. Don't you think? We already started doing that. I know we have a few $100,000 base shop earners. I know Nanette and Bradley in the room are base shop people that are at $100,000. Okay, we need people to step up. We need people to start competing, and I know we have some competitive people in here. So if you're a marketing director, because I'm speaking to most of you who are not S&D, if you're a marketing director and you're at a 62% contract, you go out there and you close 4 policies. Let's just say they average up to $10,000 in premium. So here we go. So 10,000 times 62%, you by yourself, you're making $6,200. So as a marketing director, it should be like this, that you're making $6,200 bucks. You're at a 62% contract, you go close 10,000 in premium, and you're making $6,200 bucks. I don't know what other company out there where, and the reality is, to do 10,000, it's not like you're grinding it. You're not grinding it and working day in, day out, 80 plus hours. You're not. So there's no other place like that that gives you these type of opportunities. Now, let's talk about you building a team. You have 4 people on your team. And I always tell my people, because this is part of my fast start, that's why Yuri went over it, all right? You have 4 people on your team. I say, you know what? It's going to sound really awesome right now. I'm going to show you these numbers, and you're going to love it. But it requires a lot of work. And you're going to bring people that are going to quit on you because somebody told them it's a pyramid. Somebody told them it's a scheme. And they just don't believe it. And they quit, and they quit. And then you build, and they quit, and you build, and they quit. But eventually some people stick. And you have some solid people that stick. So if you're a marketing director and you have 4 people that at least stick, and then you're going to have some people that are not just as good as them, and they each go do 10,000 points. Let's just say they each go do 4 policies themselves. So you, as the MD, you go do 4 policies that equal 10,000 in monthly premium, and then, annual premium. Then you have 4 other people that do the same thing. Here we go. That training associate, this is what I tell my brand new person when I'm doing this fast start. That training associate, the difference between between their compensation and your compensation is 32%. So I always say, Yuri, who do you think gets that 32% override? So if you're the MD and you have a training associate and they go do 10,000 personal points, the difference is 32%. So you're gonna make 32% override on that person. Then you have, so that's $3,200. Then you have somebody who's an associate at 45%. They go do the same thing. You override them a little less at 17%. You still make $1,700 on them. Then you have a marketing director. The difference between, a senior associate, the difference between their commission and your commission is 7%. So 7% of 10,000, although a senior associate should be producing more than 10,000 personal points, but for number purposes, let's just say it's 10,000, you're still overriding that person $700. And then you have another person that's a training associate. Maybe they just want to be a personal producer. They don't want to build, and they just personal produce. That's all right. So you're going to make another $3,200. So a lot of times we feel like, well, we don't want to build a team. We don't want to be rejected. We're afraid people are going to tell us no. We don't want to go up to a girl and tell her hair looks nice. You know, we're a little afraid. We're afraid of what they're going to tell us. And you know what? Oh my God, we're going to feel so bad that they said no. You need to think about your goals. Think about your whys. Let that push you to go talk to that person and introduce. And you have that focus of building and recruiting, building and recruiting. So if you're a marketing director and all you have is 4 solid people underneath you, you make $6,200 on your personal production, then you make $3,200, then you make $1,700, then you make $700, then you make another $3,200. That's $15,000 in commission that you make as a marketing director. How many marketing directors here want to make $15,000? Pretty awesome, right? You're on pace to $180,000. That's what I'm talking about. Having MDs in the hierarchy making $100,000. MDs making $100,000. You don't have to wait till you get to SMD and start building some solid people. You're at a pretty decent contract level, 62%. That means you have the ability to override, so hurry up and continue to recruit and get these people to stick and get these people to become consistent so that now you as a marketing director, you're making 6 figures. Pretty awesome, right? Yes. Now what if you're an SMD? What are the standards for SMD? 50,000 base shop points. Especially if you want a gun for that quarterly bonus. So if you're an SMD, so now you graduate yourself from being an MD and you're an SMD. So here we go. If you're doing 50,000 base shop points, let's assume that 20,000 of those are going to be personal. Should the SMD be the biggest producer in their team? Yeah. Absolutely. So if you're an SMD, you're making 50,000 base shop points, 20,000 personal, at an 80% contract, assuming most of your business is with Transamerica. The numbers might be slightly different. So let's just say, for this example, that's $16,000 in personal commission. Then you have a team that you're going to override at an average of 35%, because some of them are training associates, some of them are senior associates, some of them are marketing directors. Let's just say that 30,000 base shop points, the average override is going to be 35%. That's 10,500. Then as an SMD, the company likes to give you free money, and because you produce and you're consistent, what do they give you? A bonus, right? So at the SMD level, you get a 3% bonus of 9%. So that 3% bonus is gonna yield you $1,500. So what does that equal to? That's $28,000 a month. That's $336,000 a year. Yeah. As an SMD, who wants that kind of money? And am I telling you to go do unrealistic numbers? No. If you're an SMD, which is most of us here, how many of us write 50,000 base shop points? Yeah, everybody almost. It's pretty awesome. All right, now let's talk about the next level. SMD, you get to EMD. So let's just say that you get 3 other people, 3 other SMDs. My first 3 right here. So let's just say I get Yariv, I get Carlos, and I get Danny. Sorry, Mike, you were 4. Okay? So I get 3 SMDs, all right? So 3 SMDs. So now I'm an SMD. And I'm doing 50,000 base shop points. and I'm running 20,000 personal points. But then I produce out of my base shop 3 other SMDs that each go do the same thing as me, 50,000 base shop points. That's $8,500 override on each person. That's pretty awesome. So now, is it worth it to keep following up and following up and following up on people and following up and building them and leading them and teaching them and having them at your house over at midnight and setting up appointments with them at the office and pouring into them? Now, for the rest of our WFG career, as long as they're consistent, these guys are going to continue to produce 8,500, 8,500, 8,500, 8,500. Pretty awesome, right? So let's put that into perspective. That's $25,500. That's $306,000 in override, plus the $336 from my base shop and my personal production. There's my $500,000 ring. That's $642,000. Okay, now are these unrealistic numbers? No, they're not unrealistic numbers. That's you going out there and building 3 solid SMDs, building yourself first to become a solid SMD, then you going out there and building 3 more solid SMDs, and you get $500,000. Are you kidding me? Most corporate executives don't even make close to this type of money. And you have the opportunity here. We give the opportunity to all different people from all different walks of life. Are you kidding me? Guillermo was born on a dirt floor in Zacatecas, Mexico, and he got this opportunity. You got to be able to fall in love with the opportunity, not only fall in love with the opportunity, but fall in love with the compensation and the type of money that you can make and the type of money that other people can make. Do I sound pretty fired up or what? Now let's talk about building some real leaders. Not only 3, but being in the business. Remember, Mylette talked about the 10-year rule, right? So let's get to building leaders. Not only 3, but let's just say 10. So Guillermo always says 7 to 10 key players, right? 7 to 10 key players. Let's just say we have our 10 key players. So on average, once again, I'm using the 50,000 points. I'm not using anything unrealistic. So if I have 10, that's $500,000 super base points. I override my first generation SMDs at 17%. That's $8,500 plus my super base bonus would be $85,000 plus my super base bonus, that's $15,000. That's a total of $100,000 a month. Who's ready to make $100,000 a month? Pretty awesome, right? Oh, but I forgot to add my base shop in there as well. So 28,000 plus 100,000, that's 128,000 times 12. That's $1.5 million ring right there. Is the opportunity real? Yes. Do you believe it's real? Yes. But you gotta work hard. You gotta work hard at it. You gotta be willing to put in the grind. You gotta be willing to put in the work. It's not gonna come easy. No, it won't. And it's not gonna come with you just sitting down and listening to us and writing some good notes. You have to go out there and execute and start talking to people. Start prospecting people. Start doing fast starts on people. Start doing one-on-ones on people. This is the reason we're having this, because you know what? 2020 is a different decade for Team Conquer, right? I don't know about you, but I saw myself a dream. I love this. Let's talk about bonuses. Not only is the compensation pretty awesome, but on top of that, we get a bunch of different bonuses. Here we go. So we get 6 different bonuses. We get a base shop bonus. We get a super base bonus, a super team bonus, and because I have a 65 license, not necessarily that I recommend that you go out there and get a 65 license, but I have a 65 license, you get an advisory base bonus, advisory super base bonus, and advisory super team bonus. They're not a whole lot, but whatever, it's cool. So here are the different bonus pools, right? Because I've been showing you guys different bonuses that we get. So as an SMD level, there's requirements. Minimum 25,000 base shop points. You get to participate in these bonuses. So 40% of 9%. Then as a super base, okay, at an EMD level, so at an EMD level, you must hit 100,000 base through first. So what does that mean? That means that my base shop and my 3 SMDs with me, we have to hit 100,000 base shop points, which in my examples, in that case, we'd be hitting 200,000 because each of my SMDs hit 50, and then I hit 50, so that's 200. So then you get a super team bonus. So these are pretty cool. This is on top of all the compensation you already make. This is, hey, thank you for being a player and a consistent player with WFG. We're going to throw in some additional monthly bonuses. I don't know about you, but I like some free money. Do you? Yes. All right, let's show you how that looks. Then we also have the quarterly bonuses. This just got rolled out not too long ago. So these are quarterly bonuses. If you're consistent and for 3 months in a row, so first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, if you hit 50,000, 50,000, 50,000, the company's going to go, oh, cool, thank you, because we can depend on you to be consistent. Here's an additional $8,000. Pretty cool. Yeah. And that's in addition to those already 6 bonuses that we get. And then if you're a real player and you do 100,000, 100,000, 100,000, guess what? They say you did double the work, we're going to double your bonus. So instead of 8, we're going to give you 16. Damn, does WFG like to give away some free money or what? Yeah. So I was trying, this is what I found right now when I was in the back of the room, so I put this slide in here. I don't know, my Wi-Fi wasn't working, but this is till February, so let me just kind of show you. It's real. It's not, we just talk about, oh, you could get these bonuses if you do this. No, there's people doing it. Advisory bonus, all right, $161. I probably paid more in fees, but it's cool. $534 for the super team, and then the super base is $1,100. That's pretty awesome. Base shop, $1,200. My super team, $12,000. My super base, $18,000. Pretty cool. These are bonuses that the company gives me. So $34,000 that month on top of all the other income I made because I have a pretty good sizable team. Is that awesome or what? Yeah. Is it worth it to invest in your people and build and develop and develop? Yeah. Absolutely. So this is your action plan. Okay, Yuri kind of gave you a little bit of an example of this, but let's just say you get started in the business. A lot of us right now are nowhere near where we want to be, and we still have a bunch of people who don't have life insurance, who don't have retirement accounts, who still need our help, and God forbid something happens to that family something happens to that father or that mother, that family's going to be devastated. So this is what you need to do, and it's simple. And I'm talking to your training associates, and I'm talking to your senior marketing directors, all right? Let's just say that you don't overdo it, and you just aim at booking 10 KTPs. It sounds simple, but most won't do it. Yep. Okay? All I'm asking is that you commit to booking 10 KTPs a week. You book 10 KTPs a week. Out of those 10 KTPs, the business is the business and the people are the people, okay? Half of them will cancel. Yeah. So just know that. So it's okay if you overbook. And if you're overbooked, then you give somebody else an appointment as a matchup. All right? So you go out there and you, Monday night, phone zone, or Saturday after BPM, you sit after and you fill up your calendar with 10 brand new KTPs. Half of them will cancel. And then, so you go on 5 KTPs. Let's just say your closing ratio is 50%. I'm meeting Yariv somewhere in the middle. He said 80, and then he said worst case 30. Let's just say your closing ratio is 50%. So you close half of those. Is this doable? Yes. So you close half of those, so you go on 20 actual KTPs, 10 of them get closed because your closing ratio is half, or some people are just people and ignorant and just don't believe in life insurance, or don't believe in saving and building wealth. And let's just say that you're not in the greatest market, that you're in a pretty average market. And you do $100 in premium on every app that you close. So your aim is $1,000 target monthly premium. And if you do that, here it is. If you're a training associate, you'd be making $3,600. Raise your hand if you're a training associate. How would you like $3,600 deposited into your account next month?
That'd be awesome.
Well, this is what you gotta do. Can you go out there and book 10 KTPs consistently every single week for the next 4 weeks? And then, you end up going on half of those because half of them cancel, and then you close half of them? How awesome is that? $3,600. Are you married?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any kids?
Yes.
Imagine what that can do for your kids.
Oh, it's going to be outstanding.
All right, so if you're an associate, raise your hand if you're an associate. If you do the same exact thing, that's $5,400. If you're a senior associate, Sepulveda brothers, if you're a senior associate and you focus on just doing $1,000 in monthly premium a month, that's $6,600. Yeah, in WFG, that's kind of broke status. But in the real world, who really makes $6,600 a month? No. Let's be real. And now, if you're a marketing director, Annette and Lorenzo, if you're a marketing director, that's $7,400. If you're a senior marketing director, because this is like an automatic, every SMD here should be doing minimum $1,000 monthly premium. So that's $9,600 on your personal pen. This is no overrides. Even as a marketing director or a senior associate or an associate, you have the ability to override other people. This is nothing, that has nothing to do with overrides. This is your personal production. You don't have to depend on your team taking you to the top because you can take yourself to the top. Are you fired up about that? Well, let's just say, you know what? You say, I don't know anybody. I already exhausted my market. I have nobody to book appointments with. Well, you guys all listen to Danny, right? So you start taking his skills. You start practicing these skills. And you put one new top 25 list a week. And I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you do it off of resumes. I don't care if you do it off of cold prospects. I don't care if you do it on referrals. I don't care if you're at a family party, networking event, you talk to the comadre that you never sat down with. I don't care who you put on this top 25 list. But the point is that every single week, no matter what level you're at, training associate, senior associate, SMD, CEO, every single week you put a top 25 list, and the numbers are the numbers. Out of every single top 25 list, you typically get, one direct recruit a week. Out of every top 25, you get one direct recruit. Because some will say yes, some will say no, and the rest, I don't know. Okay? So out of every top 25, you'll get one direct. And if you do 4 top 25 lists in 1 month, you're getting 4 directs. Well, does everybody stick and stay fired up and get licensed and all that? No, right? So let's just say out of those 4 directs, 2 of them actually stick and get licensed. And then they create activity for you. Because remember, you don't have a market anymore because you exhausted your market and nobody's going to say yes to you. But guess what? They have a market. And they each book, they each take you on 10 appointments. And remember, your closing ratio is 50%. So the average policy, let's just say, is $100, lower than the company standard. And you're doing 500 monthly premium times 2, that's 1,000. So I don't care how you do it. The point is, focus on 1,000 premium for you to make some money. You guys fired up? All right, let me quickly kind of go over this. So promotional guidelines, how do you move up? There's Champion's Path. We all know to move from training associate to associate in any given month, you do 3, 3, 30. 3 recruits, 3 apps in 30 days. How do you move up to the next level? Senior associate, 10, 10, 30. This is not you by yourself. This is you and your entire team. Marketing director. This is how I hit marketing director. 25 sales, 25 recruits in my first 30 days. So senior associate and marketing director must be done your first 30 days. Training associate to associate can be in any given month. So if you're brand new, hurry up and do this. If not, there's a traditional way to get promoted, which is also very easy. So how do you get promoted to associate? 3, 3, 30 or 20,000 points in 90 days. All right? Senior associate. Rolling 3 months, you must have 4 licensed agents, and you and your team must produce 30,000 base shot points. You can do it all by yourself. Remember, you should be doing 10,000 points anyways every single month, but you must have 4 licensed agents. Marketing director, rolling 3 months, 5 licensed agents and 40,000 net points. Senior marketing director, Don't worry about writing this down. One, it's on the WFG website, and two, you're going to get it in a PowerPoint. So, rolling 3 months, 10 licensed agents, 3 direct legs, 75,000 base net points, which is going to be going up, company standard, not only Team Conquer standard, $35,000 or more in a rolling 12-month period, or $20,000 in cash flow in a rolling 6-month period. My opinion, these are weenie guidelines. Team Conquer has some higher guidelines. Minimum, you should have 25 people showing up to meetings. You should have 15 licensed people underneath you, and you need to at least have your $50,000 watch to even consider taking this promotion. All right, here we go. So EMD. There we go. I need to go fast. My time is running out. They have a timer for me up there. CEO. EVC. So 9 direct legs, 1.5 million base through first. Here we go. Let me talk about these bonuses. We have executive vice chairman bonus. So these are additional bonus that the company gives you. So if between me and my first generation SMD, we do 2.5 million super base, which we do with our eyes closed as Team Conquer. Then they're going to give us 10,000. So this is an additional annual bonus that WFG every single year gives Guillermo and I. Pretty cool, right? Now, or you can hit it based on you can hit it, to get 25,000, you have to do 4 million. So basically double it up a little bit more. We always do that with our eyes closed as well. So here we go. SEVC. Now this is not necessarily for the newer people. These are the people that are sitting in the front that are gunning for something bigger. Okay, that maybe been here a little longer. Okay, so SEVC level 1, 6 million super base points, net points in 12 months. Or you do a 15 million super team and then you get a presidential Rolex. Okay? So if you do these points, the company will give you a presidential Rolex. Pretty cool. I don't know what it's worth, but I like it. Right? And it looks good. Then, this is what we're aiming for right here. To get 50,000, you and your direct SMDs must hit 8 million super base points, 20 million super team. So remember, super team is different. Super base is all my first generation SMDs, and then my super team is my SMDs that are first generation, all the SMDs that they've produced. And that gives us 50,000. So SEVC level 3 gives us 100,000. This is what we're aiming for. Then SEVC level 4 gives you 200,000. That's a 12 million super base. We had a meeting this morning, and we got some pretty solid commitments from all our leaders. Man, we're gonna surpass this. If everybody puts their head down and goes and achieves what they committed to doing, man, Team Conquer is gonna be on a rise. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna be known. We're already known, but we're gonna be known with swag. We're gonna be known as the most $1 million earners in the company. If we're at an SEVC level 4 and we're hitting 12 million super base points, in addition to that 200,000, they're going to give us 30,000 on our regular bonuses that I showed you earlier. All right? And then another 75,000 right there. Then, field chairman, FC. Team Conquer needs to be an FC team, right? Yes! So at FC, you override your entire team at an additional 21 basis points. This is like higher level. You're here brand new, you don't understand this. Remember at the beginning I said I have something for my new people and I have something for my more seasoned people. This is something for my more seasoned people. At FC, you get to override your entire team at an additional 21 basis points, okay? So you need to be at minimum 50 million. So that's an additional 105,000 in additional to that 200,000. 5,000 additional bonus from the regular monthly bonuses that we get. Here we go. This is what fires me up so much. Right here is EC. Because not only am I in it to override Team Conquer, but I'm in it to override Eric Olson, Penny Oy, Roger Daliwa, all these big leaders in WFG. If we get to EC, we will be overriding the entire company, not only Team Conquer, at 13 basis points. chills. And I know that this is what we're gunning for, and I know that this is what we're gonna hit. It's funny, I was finalizing my PowerPoint last night in bed, and I said, honey, in 10 years, where do you think our team's gonna be? In 10 years, where do you think the company's gonna be? And he was almost right there, the same exact numbers that I had put. So check this out, all right? The 187,000, that's nothing, all right? So, if we override the entire company, all right? The entire company right now is approaching a billion points, okay? Right now, they're approaching a billion points. So if we override the entire company, this is an additional to all those other bonuses I already showed you. That's an additional bonus of $1.3 million. Are you kidding me? That's right now. That's like no additional growth. That's right now. The company is approaching a billion points. A billion points in production. So that would be an additional $1.3 million to our bank account. How freaking awesome is that? Now, is the company going to continue to grow? Yeah. Let's just say that they grow in the next few years to $2 billion. That's 2.6. Then 3. That's 3.9. Then 5. Okay. 5 is where me and Guillermo both think, and the company projects probably higher. The company in 10 years is going to be at minimum $5 billion company. That means that Guillermo and I would be getting a $6.5 million bonus every single year. Does that fire you up for work? Our base shop, right, base shop? A million point base shop. Base shop, are you in the house? Yes. Nora? Or other people's base shops? Are you in it to get your leader to get to a million point base shop? So our 10-year plan is our base shop is going to be at a million point base shop. Our super base, that means all our direct SMDs, 50 million points. Is that doable in 10 years? Heck yeah, it's doable. Now, our super team, this includes everybody else. This includes, Mark, it includes Eric, it includes Alfonso, it includes, Garrett and all them and the youths. Everybody else, 250 million. In 10 years, is that doable? Heck yeah, it is doable. So let me show you what these numbers look like. So our base shop overrides would be 485. If we do that, so our base shop with our personal production and our overrides would be 485. Our super base overrides would be $6 million. Super base. Screw it, I don't have to do that 485. Right? Even if I didn't run a million point base shop, but it's in our blood and we love it so much that we're still going to continue to do it. So our super team override would be $8 million. Then our base shop bonus would be $40,000. Our super base bonus would be 1.5. Our super team bonus would be $6 million. Our SMEC bonus would be $200,000. Our FC bonus would be $500,000. Our EC bonus would be $6.5 million. Total of 485, 6 million, 8 million, 40,000, 1.5, 6 million, 200, 525, 6.5. That's 30 freaking million dollars. Are you kidding me? Is that awesome or what? Yeah, I know money is not everything. Yeah, I know it's not. But you can just give a lot of it away. You can help the unfortunate. You can be the biggest donator at your church. You can go build homes for the people who don't have homes. You can go give opportunity to those that were born on a dirt floor in Mexico. Are you kidding me?